David, I wanted to ask you something about the challenges when you adapt to new markets or verticals. You gave me a great example about Maersk, which is a shipping company, but actually they are selling a software or something like that.
Well, like a lot of businesses, right, that have come from legacy kind of analog, if you want of a better description, services. They need to move through, and so one of the, when you're moving into a new category, I think that's what I was discussing with Maersk, is they're not known for that. Right, they have legacy, they have history, then they've got relationships of what they deliver and what they provide to their customers. And so when you start to shift into new categories, it's really important, to do that basis of research. What does that category look like? Who are the players? Who are winning that category? And ultimately, what's our foundation of success? Where do we go and win? It's great to be able to think that you can enter a new category and then just be immediately successful. It'd be easy for everyone to do that, and it's not the case, because we've seen a lot of brands kind of move into something and it fail. And so I think whether it's Maersk or anybody else, using intelligence, researching on the competitor base, looking at the category and the opportunities, who are the leaders, who are the laggards, and identifying within the audience exactly where you're going to win, but also sizing that audience effectively so you can go and spend marketing dollars to influence them, to be able to shout about that new category, that new service. And a brand like HP is quite an interesting one, because we know them as a laptops, hardware, them moving back into software, or them moving into other hardware spaces is a real big challenge, because why would I buy from you over somebody I already know is in this category? So 3D printing. Why would I buy a 3D printer from HP? You're just another big brand coming to a new vertical. And I think that's a really challenging thing for brands to be able to do that without the right foundations of the research in terms of, well, where's our opportunities to win?
We had YouGov on the podcast recently, and their problem is everyone thinks they're part of the government. They don't even think they're a company.
But that's a real challenge. I mean, my example of that is, excuse me, I was in an event recently, and Adobe is doing some work in financial services, targeting fintech. Apologies to anyone from Adobe listening or work with Adobe. And someone said to the Adobe guy, "Why are you here? You guys just do PDFs, don't you?" So, I mean, they were partly tongue in cheek, but partly like that is their perception of their view of how they interact with Adobe. So if they then Adobe tries to just take that credibility that they've built up with the design and then maybe a marketing audience and transfer that into financial services, and you assume that just translates, never mind the sort of product education. I think that's David's point of, there's definitely some of your brand strength and credibility, etc., that you can borrow, but you need to really deeply understand whether that translates into your new category. If that's something they care about, like, do they care about the fact that you are high tech when you're moving into a category that actually just cares about trust? So it's understanding which levers you need to pull when you move into that category. And I think that's your positioning and your storytelling. You don't have to reinvent yourself, but you just need to understand which bits you need to dial up and what you need to dial down.